Peregrine's Pianos has been open for almost 5 years now, and in that time we've sold pianos to people from all walks of life, all over the UK.
We thought it'd be nice to catch up with a few of them and see how they're getting on with their piano and what change, if anything, it's had on their lives.
Hi David, thank you so much for letting us come to see your piano. Did you have any worries about bringing a piano into your home?
I did. It's a small flat and the books take precedence, so I thought I don't really have a wall for one, but I saw this piano, it's so beautiful, and I thought, yeah, time to shift it in.
And I see you've got the silent system fitted. Was that something you felt you needed to do?
It was essential, yeah, in a ground floor flat with neighbours around me. It works nicely, the headphones are comfortable, and yeah, superb system, I'd say, well worth the extra money, yeah.
So what piano did you have before you bought this one?
I had a Yamaha electronic piano. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Against that wall there, so didn't mind the radiator, and it, you know, it did its job. It kept me just, I could practice my music, but of course I was aware that the technique was going, especially the power could get no, especially in the bass, it was really bad. And so I had, I thought the time had come to get a proper piano.
Yeah.
How I was going to do that, I wasn't sure. I thought I might go to an auction house or sort of buy a second-hand one off someone. But Peregrine pianos sorted it out for me. It had to be a new one.
Yeah, and do you feel that having this has inspired your playing?
Yeah, I've got to the age where I just sort of jogging along, you know, I'm not sure there's room for it because I'd have to put in a lot more time. But the noises I make are so much more beautiful now. Yeah. Sometimes I think, good Lord, was that me? No, it's the piano. Actually, it's just a very lovely tone.
And you have the piano in the middle of the room. Did you have to shift a few things around?
Yeah, I had to get rid of some a comfy chair or two. Now, if I want to watch the TV, I put up a chair and. You know, we're all sitting too much anyway, apparently. So get rid of the comfy chairs. And so I had to keep a space there so I can get at the books and do the cleaning and everything. It's a small room, but I think, I'm pleased.
Well, you feel the piano is obviously worth that sacrifice.
It certainly is,
so
yes. It's essentially a pride of place. Yeah, it's a great piano.
I had a piano before that was, it was a 6'3" rebuilt Bechstein. Nice to look at, you know, very attractive, but it was becoming very rattly because although it had been rebuilt, it just didn't sound as good. It didn't keep in tune that well, and so I decided I would go and have a look for a piano. And I looked at lots of different, you know, types and styles, and settled on a Schimmel in the end, having looked at various other well-known names. So I went up to Dawn's shop and Gray's Inn, and bought it and came home and felt very worried about having bought this enormously expensive purchase, but I'm absolutely thrilled to bits with it. It's absolutely lovely, really, real joy.
Fantastic, great. Was there anything about this piano in particular that you really liked?
Yes, I think the feel of it, when you've been playing on an old piano and then you play on a new one, just doing trills, are so much easier. That the finger feel just bounces up from your fingers that much better. The tone quality on it, particularly in the upper registers, is lovely. It really sings. That's super, and I'm very lucky having it where it is because the acoustics are very good there. It gives me enormous pleasure, and having had this terrible cold feet feeling about it initially, I'm absolutely delighted with it and would heartily recommend one.
So before you bought the piano, was there anything that you were worried about?
I was very worried about it being so black and shiny. I had a rosewood piano before, which was, you know, beautiful to look at, and I didn't really want anything that was quite so in your face, you know, as I thought this would be. But funnily enough, when it first came, I sort of took a bit of a rain check, and then now I think it just fits in perfectly, and people that come in the house will say, gosh, that looks lovely there, so it's all fine.
Do you think it's helped your playing compared to the old piano that you had?
Yes, because it's totally addictive, and because I spend far too many hours playing. I think, yes, it's helped my playing because I play more, because I enjoy it so much more, and yes, it has. I probably, instead of playing an hour or so a day, I play probably at least 2 hours a day, sometimes more. Yeah, you got. If you're now for your supper, you have to go and play for me.
Oh, I'll play something if you want me to.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
I just like to hear it. I don't hear it played because it's only me that plays it.
I'll do a bad job, but you know. That's lovely, isn't it?
So it's so lovely to see your piano here in this room. I gather you moved in quite recently.
Yeah.
How do you like the sound of the piano in this room?
Oh, it's lovely. It was lovely at the other place, and
Yeah.
it's really lovely here. It just fitted in here just as well.
That doorway looks quite narrow to me.
Yeah.
Did you have any difficulty getting the piano into here?
Well, no, the door came off. The legs of the piano came off, and it just came straight in.
You said you had a Yamaha before.
Yes.
Why did you feel you needed to upgrade?
Well, I was at the point of thinking I would quite like to upgrade, and my Yamaha had sort of worked quite loose.
Okay.
And I'd got a little tired of the really bright tone.
Okay.
And I wanted something with more of a mellow tone,
Right.
which is what this piano produces.
And did you know straight away that it was Schimmel that was going to provide that for you?
No, I didn't. I just happened to be working in the shop doing some examining, and I asked if I could try the pianos. I couldn't resist all those pianos in my lunchtime, so I tried a few, and I just fell in love with this one.
And do you teach on this piano as well? Like, is it quite versatile in that sense?
Yes, I do. It's very easy for the children to learn on.
Okay,
you know,
why do you think that is?
Well, the touch is just right, really. It's not very loose like some pianos, and it's not too stiff.
And did you feel any kind of apprehension once you'd bought the piano and had it brought into your home? Is there any kind of worry that you'd made the right decision or anything like that?
No, when it arrived, I just was so happy.
Yeah.
The sound was fantastic. I was just so pleased. It just fulfilled everything I wanted it to.
I suppose why I chose that piano in particular, I think it's got a real warmth to it, and I'd had a couple of pianos before and had them in here, and obviously it's a wooden floor and a lot of hard surfaces, and they all seem to sound a little tinny. But I was actually in Peregrine's for a lesson. I was using one of the rehearsal rooms there and doing a coaching one day, and I was looking at the various pianos, and this was one that actually I really fell in love with. It's a Vogel by Schimmel, and it's got a real warmth to it, and so trying to find a piano that actually fits in with the space that I have, but also has a quality that sits nicely orally as well as visually in my home is important, and this one really does the trick.
Did you have any reservations before purchasing or looking for a piano?
I suppose the reservation is always space in one sense. You know, of course, I would get rid of the dining table and have a baby grand in there, but my wife would have something to say about it. And we had this central column that's part of the house, and I just thought, oh, what would go great against there is a piano. And I've always wanted one. When I was a child growing up, I didn't have a piano. I just didn't have the facility or the opportunity to have one, so all my practice was done at college, and I always wanted a piano in my home, and I'm now in a position where I'm able to do that, and it was important to get a good piano and a piano that I enjoyed playing, that made me want to play and made me want to play better. And Dawn at Peregrine's has been fantastic. She guided me towards what was good for me. You know, you can spend so much on a piano, and this is a good piano, but I know there's still other levels above, but I also know how good a pianist I am and what's cost effective for me. So obviously the price and the space are the two main factors, but I wanted a piano, and both of those can be overcome. I bought this piano because I work professionally as a musician, and I'm very much a jobbing pianist. I work in theatre, or I'm an orchestral conductor, and I spend a lot of my time playing the piano as a job. But I actually wanted an instrument that I could sit at home with and play some of the great classics. And so it's kind of inspired me to want to be better. So I've gone out and got myself a piano teacher again at the ripe old age of 40-something, and yeah, I'm loving playing. I'm loving practicing. I'll probably get up in the morning, make myself a cup of coffee, and come and sit at the piano, and then I look at the time and realise I've probably been on there far too long and there's jobs to be done and work to be done. But no, I'm loving playing it and playing an awful lot more. I'm playing probably more now than I have done since I was at college.